Did you know how the Samsung S series improved through the years? Almost all people of all ages across the globe own a cell phone. Keep watching to see how Samsung, a famous smartphone brand, released upgrades to the S series. Samsung Galaxy S. The Samsung Galaxy S, first released in June 2010, ran on Android 2.1 and had an 800 by 480 Super AMOLED display, as well as a single-core 1 GHz processor and 0.5 GB of RAM. The rear camera was 5 megapixels, while the front was just 0.3 megapixels. It also featured a VGA-class front camera that was capable of making video calls. The rear camera also included built-in autofocus, facial recognition, and anti-shake functions, and featured a Panorama Shot mode, which allowed users to capture an image of a scene that was much wider than what they saw on their screen. The thing that really stood out about it was the customization of Android. Although we'd seen some of TouchWiz on other devices, it felt like it worked on the Galaxy S. Samsung Galaxy S2. The refreshed phone known as the Samsung Galaxy S2 was released on April 2011 and sported a similar 800 by 480 screen as its predecessor. The processor got a bump up to dual-core and 1.2 GHz, and there was 0.75 GB of RAM. The rear camera was 8 megapixels this time, with a 2 megapixel front-facing cam. Other fun additions included an improved autofocus feature, which made it easier to focus the camera on the desired subject, and a cartoon-inspired feature that transformed photos into hand-drawn images. Samsung Galaxy S3. The Samsung Galaxy S3 model came out in May 2012 and was the first in the series to have an HD screen. Its resolution of 1280 by 720 was pretty revolutionary at the time and sported Android 4.0 ice cream sandwich. There was a 1.4 GHz quad-core processor with 1 GB of RAM on launch, although Samsung stuck with an 8 megapixel rear camera. The cameras also featured a best photo mode, which helped users select the best photo out of 8 continuous shots, and zero shutter lag mode. Samsung Galaxy S4. The S4 had a 5-inch Full HD display and was released in April 2013. It also upped the processing power to a 1.9 GHz quad-core chip with 2 GB of RAM. The rear camera had a jump too, up to 13 megapixels. Other features unique to the Galaxy S4's camera experience included sound and shot, which allowed users to record audio to accompany their images, and drama shot, which let users take multiple pictures in quick succession and combine them into an image that tells the story better than a single photo could. Samsung Galaxy S5. A year after Samsung Galaxy S4's release, the S5 model, which also had a full HD screen, but it was slightly bigger, measuring 5.1 inches, was introduced. There was a 2.5 GHz quad-core processor on board with 2 GB of RAM. This was the first smartphone in the industry to feature a 16 megapixel ISO-cell camera. The ISO-cell image sensor enhanced image quality with less cross-pixel interference, making it possible to take clearer pictures even in the dark. The camera also featured an upgraded HDR mode for enhancing photos. When taking pictures or recording videos, applying the HDR feature allowed users to enjoy vibrant images even in dimly lit rooms or environments with heavy backlighting. Samsung Galaxy S6. April 2015's Galaxy S line was the first to offer 2 separate devices at the same time. The more standard Galaxy S6 featured a flat 2560 by 1440 Quad HD Super AMOLED display, measuring 5.1 inches, while Samsung moved to embrace the curved edges, resulting in the Galaxy S6 Edge and S6 Edge Plus. It ran on a Samsung-made octa-core processor, had 3 GB of RAM, and a 16 megapixel rear camera capable of recording Ultra HD footage. A 5 megapixel camera was adopted for the front. It also introduced a quick launch function with the Galaxy S6 that allowed users to launch the camera in just 0.7 seconds simply by tapping the home button twice on any screen. Samsung Galaxy S6 Edge. The Galaxy S6 Edge had a 5.1-inch Quad HD screen, octa-core processor, 3 GB of RAM, 16 megapixel rear camera, and 5 megapixel front-facing cam. What sets it apart is that the sides of the display are curved and wrapped around to give the illusion of no bezel, which was a radical alternative at the time. Samsung Galaxy S7. The Galaxy S7 came with a 5.1-inch Quad HD display, 2560 by 1440, similar to the previous model. It was the flat-screen version of 2 handsets, but added a dual-pixel 12-megapixel camera for better low-light photography and a faster octa-core processor. In this model, Samsung Pay was enabled on the phone, which could work through NFC and magnetic strip systems. Samsung Galaxy S7 Edge. The Galaxy S7 Edge boasts a 5.5-inch dual-edge Quad HD display, All of the same features as the S7 were on board, and the design was a touch rounder than the S6 Edge that preceded it. Samsung Galaxy S8. The Samsung Galaxy S8 was the first to introduce the Infinity display, which referred to the fact that it had an edge-to-edge display with virtually no bezels. The front-mounted home button was moved to the back too, albeit in a slightly awkward position. There was also a second variant in the S8 Plus, which came with a bigger screen and better battery. Samsung Galaxy S9. The S9 model looks very similar to the S8 from 2017. The phone still offered that curved edge design and came with a 5.8-inch OLED screen size and was waterproof too. The Galaxy S9 also offered AR emoji, which allows the phone to create a 3D avatar by scanning your face and creating a range of custom emojis for you. These can be used when chatting in WhatsApp or Facebook Messenger, for example, rather than using the basic emoji. The Samsung Galaxy S9 Plus also launched alongside the S9, offering a dual-aperture main camera that was a step up from the previous year. Which Samsung model were you most comfortable using? Let us know in the comments section below. Samsung Galaxy S10. The Samsung Galaxy S10 was launched alongside the larger S10 Plus, the more affordable S10e, and a 5G-capable model. The 2019 flagship from Samsung featured a lot of the same design facets users grew to know and love. There were also some enhancements with this model that included market-leading concepts like the ultrasonic fingerprint sensor, a triple camera system, smart auto camera suggestions, and wireless reverse charging also made this another flagship to beat. Samsung Galaxy S20. The Samsung Galaxy S20 and more premium variants in the S20 Plus and S20 Ultra were released in 2020. The standard handset takes the Infinity display concept further and switches the punch-hole front camera to the center. The screen sizes of the S20 and S20 Plus are 6.2 and 6.7 inches respectively, with Quad HD Plus 3200 by 1440 resolutions. They also have in-display fingerprint scanners. Perhaps the biggest generational leap comes with the bump up to a 120Hz refresh rate for each screen, with triple lens cameras on both, with the S20 Plus also getting a time-of-flight camera. Both phones are 5G enabled, with a 4G version of the S20 also available. Samsung Galaxy S20 Ultra. The Samsung Galaxy S20 Ultra has a mammoth screen, 6.9 inches, Quad HD Plus 3200 by 1440, and 120 Hz, but is perhaps going to be best remembered in design terms for its huge camera unit on the rear. It also introduced the time-of-flight sensor, the Ultra Sports 108 megapixel main, 48 megapixel 10x telephoto, and 12 megapixel ultra-wide cameras, as well as being capable of up to 100 times space zoom for some stunning long-range photography. Samsung Galaxy S20 FE. The Samsung Galaxy S20 FE was a more affordable option, but didn't feel compromised. Unlike the S10e, priced more affordably than the S20 models, it matches the power and has a great display and the camera power of the S20 models. The build is slightly cheaper and has a flat display but offers great value for money. Samsung Galaxy S21. The Samsung Galaxy S21 and S21 Plus were designed in a slightly different manner. While they are a little cheaper than the launch price of the S20 models in 2020, there have been a couple of moves where the display was reduced to 1080p only and moved to a plastic back rather than the glass on the rear. But these are still powerful flagship-level devices with a triple camera arrangement and offering adaptive refresh rates for that display. So while it's only 1080p, it will offer 120 Hz. But moving down in position slightly, it means that the S21 Ultra is the clear flagship from Samsung in 2021. Samsung Galaxy S21 Ultra. Although people tended to pay more attention to the huge camera unit on the back, Samsung has tried to shift the topic of conversation to the phantom black finish of the S21 Ultra. It's a premium look and feels for Samsung's top phone. This model boasts new display tech, and a rethinking of the cameras on the back makes for a more attractive package. Samsung Galaxy S21 FE. The Samsung Galaxy S21 FE was just recently launched in January 2022, just before the Galaxy S22 range is expected. While offering many of the same design traits as the Galaxy S21 range, the main difference on the S21 FE is the color-matched rear camera. Size-wise, it sits in between the S21 and S21 Plus, and it offers many of the same features too, including a 120Hz display, though it's not as capable as the S21. Samsung Galaxy S22. The Samsung Galaxy S22 has two models, the S22 with a 6.1-inch display and the S22 Plus with a 6.6-inch display. Besides size differences, these phones are basically the same, offering the same design and build colors and power and hardware. Of course, there's a difference in the battery capacity. Both these phones also share features with the Galaxy S22 Ultra, Samsung's latest flagship. Samsung Galaxy S22 Ultra. The Galaxy S22 Ultra supports the S Pen and houses it internally, so many view this as a replacement for the Galaxy Note 2. This device still packs in Samsung's top camera loadout from the previous Ultra phones despite the change in design. This model boasts a 108 megapixel main camera, 6.8-inch display, a big battery, and the latest hardware available. Visit our channel and subscribe for more of our videos if you enjoyed this one.